All right. Here. Let's see. What's going on down here? Okay. I'm making Italian beefs. Some people wanted to see it yesterday, so and Italian beef with sweet peppers and can we see that? Oh, it's flipped the wrong way. Motherfucker! Hold on, I had it all set up and it fucking flipped me. Let me flip this. Hey, Joan, give me a sec. I'm gonna do an Italian beef real quick. I don't know what Italian beef is, but the first time I went to Bike Week in Florida, I got stranded. Actually, I got down to Bike Week in Daytona before my brothers got down there. And fuck me. It's just one of those days, I guess. I got stuck down there. I ran out of money. Had some friends up north wire me down some money. And this is the first time I've ever been to Florida. And I go into a restaurant after I get this money. I'm just starving. And I came from Chicago, obviously. And I asked them, can you make me an Italian, excuse me, sir, what would you like? And I said, an Italian beef to the girl. And she asked me, what's an Italian beef? And I said, you don't know what Italian beef was. It was shocking to me that somebody would not know what Italian beef was, what an Italian beef sandwich was. So I said to her, it's like a roast beef sandwich, except for, you heat it up. It's like, a hot roast beef sandwich. She goes, oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. And I was like, oh, cool, okay. So she goes back to the back, talks to the boss, puts in the order. And later she comes back to me with a fucking hot roast beef sandwich. Lettuce, tomato, fucking onion, mayonnaise, and it was microwaved. And that was their Italian beef. This is what I'm going to use for the au jus sauce right here. You can just follow the directions on the back of the thing. I already got some made up, but you pick this up at Jewel, Dominic's. Well, Dominic's are gone now. Publix. I don't know what's out there west, but I don't know. The grocery store. You go to the grocery store, ask for the McCormick au jus gravy, and follow the directions on the back. Easy peasy. What I'm doing right now is making the sweet peppers, because a lot of people don't know how to make sweet peppers. Extra virgin olive oil, real quick. I'm just going to run through this real quick. Chopped sweet peppers. You want to coat them with the olive oil before you throw them in the oven. Otherwise, they won't turn out right. Get them nice and gooey. All right. Cover the pan up. All right, then just spread them out a little bit. And then just throw them in the oven. I'm going to crank it about 350, 375. That's in the oven. Forget about that for a little bit. I don't think I need any of this shit anymore. Oh, let me wash the oil off my hands real quick. The pot. Now, the Italian beef sandwich is the easiest thing in the world to make. You make the gravy first. I've already pre-made it and stored it. I've already thrown the meat in it. Now this meat, all it is thin sliced Italian beef, or I'm sorry, thin sliced roast beef that you get at the deli. You just have them slice it very thin. This guy actually talked us into some thick sliced shit, which was a mistake, because now it's tough. But you want it thin, so it's barely holding together. That was a little too thick. Let me turn the heat on this motherfucker. Crank that bitch up. Let me throw a lid on this slut. Now you make what you would normally do if you didn't have it pre-made like this is have them slice you just plain old everyday roast beef. This is rare or medium. This is just sandwich meat that you get out of the deli. Have them fresh slice it for you. You want it like this. It's it's pretty thin. It's really good. I'm fucking starving. That's why Voodoo Ninja wanted me to do this last night when he got done streaming. But the motherfucker streamed for 3 hours straight. So I did not do Italian beefs last night. I chose to go ahead and make hamburgers. Or cheeseburgers, actually. Alright. So this is heating up. I wish I knew how to pause this shit and how to edit and all the crazy shit, but I don't. I'm a fucking retard. We gotta let that heat up. Now the bread that you use, it's equally as important as any other ingredient in the sandwich. It's a French bread. You want that hard, crusty bread. I don't know if you can hear a crunch. You don't want it to crunch. Alright. You motherfucker. Can you see me over there? Yeah, you can see me. Okay. Get the cheese, the provolone. You can use mozzarella too. The hard thing to make in the sandwich, you want to crunch it first. Because you want it to open and not break. The hard thing about making the sandwich is you don't want to break. There's one side that's slit like that. You're trying not to let that break open just because it makes it a mess to eat. It's already starting to smell good. God, this is enough for like 4 sandwiches. But these sandwiches in Illinois cost anywhere from, I don't know, $7 to $10, depending on if you get them with fries and a Coke, which a lot of places have fries and Coke with it. And there's different ways to get them. We're going to do these dipped. I like mine dipped, which is you just literally dip it into the au jus, like that. That end needs a little bit more. Okay. Oh yeah. And then there's also baptized, which is a little bit too, it's a little too gooey for me. Can we see? Okay, yeah, you can still see me over here. Okay, now it's softened up a little bit. Trying still not to break that bread open. Lay this fucking bread, oh, it needs to be dipped a little bit better too. Let's give it a dip. There we go. And you can see the outside got wet with the juice, but the inside's still, moderately dry. Pop this open, and then go to your pal provolone cheese. You can use mozzarella or whatever cheese really, but most places use mozzarella. But I like provolone. It's got a little more flavor, I think. Now, what I do with this stuff is sliced pretty thin too, because I put a lot of cheese on. And what I do first and foremost is I put the cheese where that crease is, like that, to keep that bread from popping open while you're eating it. And then I also put more on top, because I love fucking cheese. Who doesn't? I need a little more juice for this, but that's okay. Whoops. Let's make a little mess here. I'll have the wife clean that up later. She's not here right now, otherwise. Alright. Let's see. All we're doing is heating this up. We're not cooking it. It's already cooked. So that is done. Dipped our bread. Get the cheese over here. Try not to make too much of a mess. I already have. Let me shut this off. Now, you don't want to drain too much of that liquid off. I like, well, you can order, there's like 3 different ways to order an Italian beef in Illinois. The first is dry. You can have it dry where you would literally sit here like here and, you drain all the liquid out of it and the bread would never have been dipped. And I don't like it like that. That's too dry for me. I like it with a little bit of sauce on it and meat. There's nothing wrong with a lot of, what the fuck. Let's just go for broke. These are like, I don't know. They look like 1-pound sandwiches to me. Somewhere in that neighborhood, I went a little crazy with the beef. Okay, so there's that. This one seems to be a little more fuller than this one. I'll split this one in half here. Now this sauce, you could save that for your next sandwich. You could save that for your next sandwich, and that's what I do. I keep throwing it in a container like this. I have that other Italian beef right now that I could literally, and you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna let this sit here for a little bit. Let me check the peppers. We got to get the peppers. Now you're not trying to fry these. You're just trying to wilt them a little bit. And this isn't cooked enough. But you want to get the extra virgin olive oil all over this stuff here. Let me throw it back in the oven. This is not ready. So what I'll do is I'll show you. Okay, so if you were to follow the directions on this package right here, on the back, it will tell you how to make this juice, au jus, right here. Let me put the heat back on this motherfucker. Okay. Put the heat back on that motherfucker. Take your roast beef, your thin sliced deli roast beef, how much was this a pound? This is, what do we got here? We've got, so it looks like a half a pound, $3.49, so it's like $7 a pound. So this is $7 a pound. So you can get 2 sandwiches for under $4. If you don't go crazy making 1-pound sandwiches. Once this sauce gets hot, you just simply take your Italian beast and drop it in there. You want to kind of like, break them apart, individual strips. People all over the world join hands to form a love train. Am I fucking singing? That's embarrassing. Oh my god. Sorry about that, people. Now what I'm going to do, because I got so much cheese on these sandwiches, is I'm going to throw another slice of cheese on top, or 2 more slices of cheese on top, after I throw the peppers on there. You got to have the peppers. And I'll throw a little more sauce on these things too. You don't want a dry sandwich. And this really, you should only throw it in for about 5 minutes, otherwise the meat gets tough. But I'm just going to store it all anyway. I'm going to freeze this batch because I'm kind of Italian beefed out. I've had about 3 this week already. But you can see it's already, I mean, all this stuff is already cooked, so you don't want to really cook it again. You're just heating it up and letting it flavor. So that's it. I mean, if you wanted to do Italian beefs right now, how do I flip it? Flip. All right, there we go. I'm back. Okay, I made mozzarella pizza dinner. Oh. All right, let me just finish this really quick. I want to get I am so I wanted these last night, but like I said, the voodoo, the ninja did his voodoo like he do so well. He for 3 hours last night. What's going on? What's going on with my little holding thing here? All right, something's fucked up. Oh, whatever. All right, let me check these. Sounds like they're cooked. Yeah, don't put raw green peppers out on your Italian beef. They've got to be cooked like this. Extra virgin olive oil. And doesn't look like it. Looks like something's wrong here. Oh, of course. Hold on. Let me flip. Okay. Where's the camera on this thing? Device locked. That's okay. Rotate device locked. Hope I can like this. I'll flip it. Alright, there. Flipped. Let's see. I think it's overheating because I've got it above the stove, which is great. Okay, you know your peppers are done. Here's a good example. You can see how green this one is here. It's almost fluorescent. This one's not done yet, but these ones that are like olive green, like, you know, like old army colored, olive drab, those babies are soft and ready. And you just take these bitches, you throw them up here like this. I like peppers. Oh, so I'm gonna throw some on there. Okay, there's your sweet peppers. A little more provolone, my bologna. Put some more provolone on. I think maybe we should go that way with it. Go that way with the wipes. Okay, there's that. Now I need this pan. I actually need this pan here. Cocksucker. Let me find something to throw these other ones in. Waste not, want not, and all that shit. Let me just go ahead and do this. Okay. Olive oil. Save that for the next sandwich. Let me wipe some of this. You know what? No, I'm just going to leave the oil. I'm going to leave the olive oil on there. And what I'm going to do, a little trick, is I like to throw, where is it? Where I'm going to put the sandwiches. This is garlic powder, so it seasons the bread even more. A little garlic powder down there, so you're eating like a garlic bread bun. Just like that. Bam. 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 And in the oven, these bitches go for a few, just until the cheese melts, and they're done. And that's that. The Italian beef, the Chicago-style Italian beef with sweet peppers and mozzarella cheese. Okay. Is anybody left? Let's see what's going on here. Alright, let me get my glasses. I'm an old fuck, I can't see shit without my glasses. Yeah, warm mayonnaise. Yeah, that was great. And the fuck thing of the whole thing was when I got that sandwich, Joan, my friends finally show up. I was in Daytona, and they had made it to a town called D-Land, which is up by Orlando. So it's about an hour away. So they were up there, so I get hold of this chick, and I was like, hey, you gotta come pick me up. I'm at whatever fucking restaurant it was in Daytona, which is a shithole town in my opinion. So they show up. She's excited to see me. I mean, just as soon as this sandwich shows up, they show up, and she's excited to see me. And she's like, "All right, come on, let's go." And she grabs the sandwich off the table. Grab all your, grab your luggage. And I grab my bags and shit. And out the restaurant door we go. Her with my sandwich in hand, and she's walking across the street, dodging traffic. And what does she do? She fucking drops my sandwich. so I never even got to eat the fucking thing anyway. So, and then I think we went back, back in those days, this is like, in the 80s in Florida, We went back, did a bunch of blown shit, so it didn't really matter anyways. But I'm still kind of curious. I've been back to Florida a couple times since, and it appears that Chicago influence and New York and other places, LA, people that know how to cook are finally retiring and going to Florida and cooking good food. The last time I was down there, I was in Naples, Florida, and I went to, I don't know, people from Naperville own the place, and it was the best food, the best seafood I've ever had in my life. And I mean, this will go a little bit longer. Let's see. You can see what's going on here. Oops, maybe not, because my hand's in the way. You can see the cheese is melting. I want it to cook a little bit longer. Crank that fucking heat up. St. Augustine. Yeah, that's beautiful. I'm trying to relocate out that way because I'm sick of Illinois. I'm sick of the weather. I put a lot of applications in out that way, but, you know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. Well, I think that's really all I got. I wasn't planning on being on for very long. And once again, I am fucking hungry. So there, that is Chicago style Italian beef with sweet peppers and sweet peppers. Fuck. I live in a C-Class motorhome. Let me flip it again. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Either this holder thing keeps fucking shut or something. But the way you eat these, let me get this out of the way. You know, you put them in your mouth and chew. But you just fold them over like this. And there it is. And there it is. Whoops, dropped my smokes. That's it. Alright, I'm going to let everybody go. And I'll see you later on tonight. I'm sure other people are going to stream. So, cheers. Thanks for checking in, Joan. Cheers.